I'm
Hi
Madame
everyone,
Donut,
this
and I
video we're going to
own
look at
Donut
the
Dynamite
audio
with my
track
husband.
mixer. It's this thing up here, a little bit scary.
We
We're going to look
well,
at
we
that,
live
plus
and
the
work
clip
here on
mixer,
Maui.
just
We
a brief
opened our
overview
store
of it
about
all.
7 months ago
Plus
in
we'll put
the
these
town of
good
Waikiki.
looking little meters down the bottom.
And so
Plus a
far
few
it's
other
going
little
quite
tips and
well.
tricks, just getting
It's
us
been really
understanding
amazing how
the
people have
audio
come to
track
find
mixer.
us, and
Let's jump in. Okay, first up, open up a sequence we made earlier called Interview Sync ACAM. If you don't have it, grab audio sync acam.mp4 along with these two audio tracks. This one here, there's no name there. How do you figure out what it's called? You just have it selected and type F key and it will open it up in the source monitor. And you can see there it's called Cafe Noise. And then on another track, hit F again. This one's called Music 01. So just put all three of those together. And then you need to open up both our clip mixer and our track mixer. We're on the audio workspace. So up here, I should see my track mixer and clip mixer. We're going to talk about the differences of those. If you can't find them, window, audio clip mixer, and then there's audio track mixer. Now the audio track mixer is per sequence because in this course we'll be making different ones. Okay, this one here is just called, that's the sequence that we're working on. So first up, before we go on, if you are in any way pretty good at audio, this one's going to be a little bit basic for you, but most of the people that I teach are coming at it from maybe a different angle and have no kind of real experience in these scary looking mixers and sliders and meters and stuff. So the first thing is to look at the difference between a track mixer and a clip mixer. We know what clips are, right? They're just these little bits here, individual like little selections of either audio or video. Okay, and there can be lots on a track. Okay, we've only got this little bit going on here. The track mixers, tracks are layers. Okay, this is a track, that's a track, that's a track. So one track, let's say track track one. Okay, we can have lots of different clips on it. Okay, so the track is the entire thing. So when we're dealing with the track mixer, when we adjust, say, the volume, we're adjusting every single thing on that track. Okay, including all the clips. Whereas the clip mixer, which is that one there, actually only, watch this, if from here, you can see I've got bits of audio, I've got 1, 2, 3. Okay, I've got my dialogue, I've got my cafe noise, and I've got music. You can see them all here. Okay, so I play it. Ooh, I've got it on solo. Make sure you got nothing soloed or muted. Okay, and I can see that's all three of these playing. Okay, watch this when I get down to over here where there's only 1, 2, okay, clips. So play ahead, play ahead, play ahead, watch. Can you see this one's grayed out? And this one's not working. So the clip mixer I never use. I end up using, say, this. So look at this, watch this. If I drag this up, this is track, audio track 1. Watch this, when I drag this up, can you see that moved up? Add your own sound effect. Okay, so that's up, that's up. Watch as I drag it down, watch the rubber band in the bottom. You see that changed? Watch it again. Ready, drag it down. So we're doing the same thing. It's up to you whether you like this. This clip mixer, individual clips that you're working on, is a lot handier when you're trying to like mix down like a really, you might be doing music where you've got 10 different instruments and you're trying to do it here in Premiere Pro. For me, that'd be kind of weird to do. I guess not. I think, you do that sort of audio mixing in something like Audition, but you can do it in here. Okay, so the clip mixers, individual clips, we're gonna do it. I'm gonna undo, everything's fine. We're gonna use the track mixer mostly because it is a nice broad sweep of controlling an entire track, especially when we've got tracks that are all audio. You might have special effects, we've got kind of cafe noise or music. And probably the best thing about it is you'll be able to see these meters here, these little bouncing colored lines, gradients. Over here, you can only see them in one go. Okay, they're all mixed together, so it's hard to balance them. So as over here, you can start to work out that the music is a little bit loud. So I'm going to start slowing it down. You can see this bouncing in the right parts. Like, does this need to be just a teeny bit louder? Okay, music.
When did you first become interested
in
food?
Well, I have.
Because for me, it's not background music as such. It's meant to be fake cafe music because they're not. They're in an empty cafe, I think. Their donut shop, they must do it before hours or after hours or something. But I want to add that vibe, so I'm going to keep working back through this and seeing, make sure I'm not going too loud.
Donut Dynamite with my husband.
And trying to get the music and the cafe noise in there.
We opened our store about 7 months ago in the town.
There we go. So that's essentially what it's used for. Be able to see all the meters together. It's really handy. Over here, you can name the tracks. Okay, see down here, it's got audio 1, same thing. Okay, so this is going to be my dialogue. You can see it changes over here. Just makes it easier when you are mixing these things. It's going to be a background noise, and this one's going to be my music. Or get on the right keys, Dan. All right. So the obvious thing is you're watching out for red stuff. Anything that goes up above 0, okay, this is 0 up here. This is how much decibels, this is how much you're raising or lowering it. This is the output.
Really amazing
this is what's getting mixed out. So you don't want to get it too high.
People
Red, bad. Blowing eardrums, clipping,
coming in, so we
clipping the audio. Okay, we lose part of the range. So keep an eye on the reds, of course. So you will do a lot of clip mixing, okay? When you are deciding, like individually, this one is different from this one, okay? Because they're different clips. I've just randomly picked something out, but they've been recorded in different settings, different equipment. So you'll end up doing this kind of clip mixing, which you might use the clip mixer to do.
That wing needs a lot of work.
Or you might be doing a lot like we've done in this course, is working on the tracks kind of down here with this kind of rubber band on the audio, adding keyframes, lowering it, that sort of stuff. Okay, you can see it changing up here. All right, let's go back to the track mixer. What is this one here? What is this mix at the end here? This big thing doesn't really have a lot of the rest of the parts. It's your master track. So down the bottom here, can you see, if I drag this down a little bit, can you see there's this one here? This is the master track. So basically all of these other tracks, let's actually make all this a bit bigger. Actually, don't use the rubber band. I hate that thing. Option minus and plus, so I can see both my master and these 3 tracks I've got. Okay, basically this is this one, and this one all run through this. So you can adjust the overall volume of all of these different tracks by using this thing. So watch this. If I go back here, they all
I'm Madame Donut,
go through
and
this
I
one.
own Donut Dynamite.
Okay, so if you want the whole thing to come down a bit, this is lowering the volume for everything. Yeah.
Our store about 7 months ago.
It's a way of controlling everything. Everything passes through here. And why do we only have 3 on this side and 1 master? It's just because we have 3 tracks down here. Can you see I've got dialogue? If we add a 4th one, so I've right-clicked it in this kind of like no man's land, I say add track. Okay, you can see I got another track. There it is there. It ended up in between background and music, but I could add my 4th track in. You can have as many as you need by continually adding tracks. I'm going to delete that track. Thank you very much. But there's only ever 1 master. The other handy thing about this, well, handy thing, a different way of approaching sound using this mixer is, see this little chevron down here? You can show and hide effects, close it down, open that up, okay? And up here you can decide that, let's say that we want to add that dynamic range. Remember the dynamic range processor we learned before? You can hit this little drop down and say, okay, so under amplitude and compression, there's dynamics processing. We can add it this way, double click it, we can start editing it. Remember this from earlier? Okay, so it's a different way of applying it per track rather than dragging it from the effects panel. Okay, effects, audio effects, and dragging it over. Okay, just a different way. Not better or worse. You can close this back down by hitting that little chevron again. Actually, let's add, to get rid of one, you go to none. There's no like delete, you just go to none. Let's go to time and pitch. Let's go to pitch shifter. That's like the funnest one to add. Let's go for one of the presets. Let's go for angry gerbil. Very good, classy. It's the simple pleasures. Work your way through these. All right, you can add multiple ones up here, okay, and it's doing for the whole track rather than just the effects that we're doing before. Remember, we're doing it per clip. Okay, we're in the effects, okay, and we're working on, say, this one here. We're applying these things one at a time per clip, and you have to copy and paste them. Whether it's the same dialogue on everything, you can apply it just to the track rather than individual clips. Before we go, simple ones, mute, solo, and record. We'll do record in a sec, but muting is the same buttons down here. Mute, solo. Did we do this? You know how to mute tracks. Soloing means only this track will play. my background noise. Okay, so you can kind of finesse this a little bit. You know, do that. Don't hit record yet. It works. It's just weird if you haven't used it before. One little shortcut: if you are working with lots and lots of different tracks, you can hold mute. You can click on all of these. What you can do is actually hold Shift and click M for mute, and it does them all, and then just turn off the one you want, depending on how you want to work. Obviously, you could solo it. Okay, you can hold Shift and solo, and everything gets soloed, which is not very useful because they're all on. Okay, so shift clicking any of these will work. Random shortcut, I know. Actually, the last one, and probably my most favorite, I should have showed you at the beginning, a little shortcut, is all these this panel occupies a lot of space for me and what I do. Okay, in the kind of, I don't know, the level that I'm at in terms of my audio game. What I do enjoy though is all the different waveforms, meters. Okay, and you can actually turn them on down here, which is real cool. You can right click in the kind of no man's land, go to customize, and somewhere in here, that's it. No, it's volume. We're looking for the meters. Which one is it? There it is, track meter. If I drag this down here and say, all right, you're going to be, remember, give it a spot. I'm going to make mine very important, put it along the top here. Squeeze it in there. Let's click OK. Check it out. Actually, I might need the names reorganizers, but let's just do it. That's my Dark Lord. Forgot to turn that off. But you can see all the track, bouncing up and down by itself. Now we're going to have to fix that because under my track mixer, I had that weird pitch shifter on. Let's turn it to none.
Donut Dynamite with my husband.
All right, and again, reorganizing this if you haven't done it before. You need to open up the customize thing again, and you need to start going, okay, what's important? So maybe that one, but not the A1. The A1 needs to be down there, and this I don't think it can move. So it's on the top level still. How much do you need mute and solo? And then you got a nice big meter along the bottom there. Is it nice and big? You might reorganize it again and say, actually, let's put it down there. Come on. You've got to drag it from the top here. I always forget. Okay. And then these guys, you've got to drag down the top. This is a weird thing. You can drag these. I know you can. But anyway, we'll drag it the long way. Dialogue, that's the name. Track name can go A1 up here. All right. So now I've got some nice big meters there. Cool. Remember, if you want to save your timeline layout, you can go in here and say save preset. Okay. All right, so that is it for a brief introduction to the mixers. Let's do a submix in the next video.